Hello! Broadcasting to you live from the Orion Spiral Arm of the Milky Way Galaxy, the solar system, planet Earth, North America, the United States of America, somewhere out there. My name is Brian Engelman. Today is Thursday, November 20th, 2025, and this right here is the Strictly Football Show here on the new American media, because the old American media has failed. We're going to discuss our NFL Week 12 preview on Season 2, Episode 15 of the Strictly Football Show. We're going to welcome in Mike Bara, Jim Mitchell, Ez'Ryel Robinson, and myself, Brian Engelman, as I said, your host. So buckle up. We're talking football and strictly football most of the time. Here we go.
Hi, this is Ez'Ryel, and you're watching Unhappy Hour.
New American Media is proud to present a division of the Unhappy Hour Sports Show, Strictly Football.
It's the Unhappy Hour.
Thank you all for being here. Yeah, Season 2, Episode 15, Mr. Mike Bara. Another great football season for you. For me, we're already talking draft picks and salary cap, and we got so many problems. But you're looking forward to the playoffs.
We are still in it. We're
still in it. We're going to welcome in Jim Mitchell, another Seahawks fan. You're in it. How excited are you for the season? You're having a good time here. First full season officially, one of the cast members.
We're having a great time.
The best of times. It was the best of times, and it was the even bestest.
It was the worst of time.
Yes. Ez'Ryel Robinson. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great.
Hey, Izzy, just a tip. If you're now in the LA area, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you do get tickets to a Rams game, what I discovered is that you can go up to the customer service as soon as you get in the door. There's one's right around the door area when you come in, and ask them for handicap seating. And they can't ask you if you're really handicapped or who it's for. Just say, hey, you got 2 tickets, me and my bro, he's got a bad ankle. Can we?
Yeah, because isn't the parking there like atrocious? Like it's like a lot. Yeah,
it is pretty bad. And they put us on the 20-yard line. First level, the boxes were right behind us. Like there was a walkway, but the boxes were like right behind us. I'm like, is Sydney Sweeney here? So it was. They treated us fantastically well down at the club level. So and they didn't all get used up. So and by the way, my brother Dave is handicapped, so he does have a handicap sticker. So we didn't really lie, but they'll treat you well there.
Well, Izzy is a fan of the Dallas Cowboys, which in many camps would consider him to be handicapped. But who am I in the glass house to throw any stones as a Browns fan? I
believe the word used to be retarded. Before that became politically incorrect.
Yeah. Welcome to 2025, everybody. Everything is an illegal hit and certain words are verboten. But here on Strictly Football, we're going to have a good time talking.
Hey, you can't really complain about the Cowboys last week. We covered that on Tuesday. They played really well. So, Of course, they were playing the Raiders, but
all right. Well, all right, Izzy, real quick, in a sentence or 3, no longer than 60 seconds. What was your thought on last week's game? Since you weren't here on Tuesday to relish and celebrate the moment, Cowboys getting a little bit back on track. What'd you think?
Yeah. I mean, it is the Raiders at the end of the day, but we did play really good. I mean, George Pickens, he's literally. It's not even a question. It's 1A and 1B. He's no wide receiver 2. I'm hoping Jerry Jones doesn't fumble the bag this offseason and re-signs him. I mean, he seems like he wants to be there because him and CeeDee Lamb just got that relationship together. I mean, you saw they were benched the first drive, probably because they were out in Vegas doing partying, gambling, doing something, and they got caught. So Yeah, and the defense, like I said, there's some new defensive additions. Quentin Williams, Siobhan Rebel, they play great. A lot of people are trying to downplay Quentin Williams and be like, "Oh, it's the Raiders' O-line." I mean, he didn't do this against the Raiders earlier this year when they lost to them when he was on the Jets. So, I mean, I like it, but as far as this game, it's a good win because the next 5 games we got some heavy hitters. I think it's Kansas City, Washington, the Lions, I think the Rams, and like one other, and the Chargers or the Vikings. Somebody. It's a tough 5 week stretch, so it's good to get a win in the system before that starts.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what I thought was, you had 2 guys back from injury in the secondary. I think a linebacker in secondary, and then Quentin
Our
Williams.
rookie,
Corner.
Yeah,
Yeah, rookie corner, and so the thing is, people are, who's the best team in football? Well, that changes almost week to week in this league.
Sort of does,
right? I mean, and a week ago I would have told you I felt like the Seahawks were the best team in the league. Now they're 5th or 6th, but the Cowboys have suffered. They've been shitty on defense, but when they get guys back and you get new guys, you have a chance to be better. So let's see what happens in the second half of the season if they overall start. If they just play, if they just become the 18th worst defense instead of
better than 32nd, 31st.
Yeah, you're
exactly.
gonna win some games you wouldn't have won otherwise. So you never know what will happen.
Yeah, hopefully. So, I mean, if we go positive this 5 game stretch, I do believe that we can make it further to end the season out after that. So,
well, like I said, congratulations that you're at least in the mix. It's a blessing to be so. This time of year is supposed to be. I don't know. It's supposed to be getting exciting and for ramping up for playoff time. By the way, if Izzy, you didn't notice, but Browns quarterback legend Bernie Kosar did get a life-saving liver transplant.
I saw that from a fan.
Yeah, he was the architect of the 1980. Let me see if I get it right. 1986, 1987, and 1989 AFC champion Cleveland Browns teams. The Browns used to be good, and if they didn't have John Elway in the way, could have been a Super Bowl winning team with Bernie. Bernie got his Super Bowl championship with the Cowboys. When we cut him, Bill Belichick said he has diminishing skills and sent him down to be Troy Aikman's backup, and he instantly had to play. So prayers up for Bernie in his recovery. All right, let's move on to this week in the NFL. How about let's start with tonight's game? Where do we want to go? Let's start with Mike. Or do we want to start with Jim on all of these with the betting?
Yeah, we're going to start with the games, and I'm sharing the screen right now.
Oh, okay. I have this pulled up. Let me switch this to Mike, Bara, and Jigba. Jim, let's walk us through some of the games. I guess, let's go through all the lines here. Starting with tonight's game, Bills-Texans. You said a lot of these lines have changed on you throughout the day, huh? A lot of action shifting the betting.
Yeah, the last couple of days they've changed. This game actually opened Bills favored 5.5 at Houston. The number was bet up to 6 as of last night, and this morning it went back to 5.5 on Boyd Sports. The Bills are 17-13 against the spread. They are 15-6 straight up versus playoff teams. And the Texans did make the playoffs last year. Favorites
playoffs?
More points. Go ahead,
Every
let's get
time.
that out.
Get it out of the way.
Sorry.
Never gets old, does it?
No.
Yeah.
Favorites of 4 points or more are now 57, 20, and 1 straight up. This number keeps going up every week as far as betting the money line. Texans are 9-5 straight up at home, but they are 2-5 straight up and against the spread versus winning football teams. So that's a big number to take into consideration if you're betting the spread in this.
Gotcha.
Bills coming off a short week. I'm not crazy about the 5.5. I'll probably be. This isn't a corner TV game that would probably be worth watching, but I will not be betting this game.
Texans kicker Fairbairn expected to return after missing 2 games with a quad. Safety Jalen Peter missing a 3rd straight game from a concussion. On the Bills side, tight end Dalton Kincaid hamstring ruled out, missing a 2nd game. Wide receiver Curtis Samuel, elbow neck, out. Wide receiver returner McCole Hardman out with a calf injury. And linebacker Shaq Thompson, hamstring, is in line to return after missing 3 games. So, Mike, what do you make of this matchup here?
Well, I mean, you got to favor the Bills, even though I don't think they're very good. They've had their issues. They played better last week. Houston Texans with Davis Mills. I watched the Texans Titans game from last week, just pre-scout the Titans because that's who the Seahawks are playing. I watched the condensed replay, and they were really bad. They have a really good defense, but offensively they're really bad with Davis Mills. If CJ Stroud was playing, I'd be inclined to take the Texans, but like Jim, I'm not touching this game. I wouldn't touch this game. Betting wise, wouldn't touch it.
Izzy, quick thought?
Yeah, I was keeping up with the Texans and Titans game last week on my phone. I mean, it was like 3-6 like the whole time. So I don't expect a lot. I mean, Cam Ward he did throw the ball a lot. He did throw the ball pretty good, but I mean, it seems like they're getting some defensive ads. The safety Jalen Petrie, he's pretty good, so he might come in and play pretty decent. But I mean, the week before I chose Buffalo to lose, so I mean, you never know if CJ Stroud comes back, then they have a better chance rather than with Davis Mills. So
yeah, they're hamstrung a little bit, but yeah, Petrie is going to miss his 3rd straight game.
I think CJ's out for this weekend.
Yeah, CJ's out, Petrie's out, so. We'll see.
Out.
Also, they said that their other running back, Joe Mixon, is not going to play the rest of this season. So more opportunities for Nick Chubb to return from his injury. And for Woody Marks, the running back, he has 3 rushing touchdowns at home, something to keep an eye on there.
Well, Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon, you got the all 2019 running back all-star team on there.
I know. Old Timers Day does not really work in NFL, but here we are, I suppose. All right. Jets, Ravens. Oh, my gosh. Ravens are giving 13.5, Jim.
13.5. This is tied with the largest number of the week. There is another 13.5 on the board also. Jets are 16-30 against the spread on the road. That's almost a 1-2 margin there. Jets are 4-2 against the spread as a dog, though. The Ravens are 4-6 against the spread this year, 2025. Lamar Jackson is 28-11 straight up. The Ravens are 96-31 straight up at home and as a favorite. Jackson is 23-27 against the spread as a home favorite. And he is 10-11 straight up as a favorite of 7 points or more. So that's kind of 50-50. Again, favorites of 4 points or more are 57-20 straight up. Double-digit favorites now are 15-11 against the spread, but they are 25-3 straight up. So that's a big number. The good news is that if you like the Ravens on the money line, it's almost a sure bet for them to win the game. But as far as getting a number or price on your money at 13.5, you're not going to get a very good bargain, especially if you parlay the game. Say like on $100 bet, you may get an extra $10-11 payback. So if you convert like a 4-team parlay into a 5-team parlay and you say, well, what the hell, let's throw the Ravens on here and make an extra $11. Is that actually worth the gamble? My answer would be no, to make an extra $11. I would just stick with the 4-team parlay or the 3-team parlay, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
because you don't know during the game injuries can happen. and then all of a sudden, something drastic happens that kills your ticket.
Right. All right. A couple of quick notes on the game. If Derrick Henry rushes for just 83 yards this weekend, he's going to jump from 15th all time to number 11 on the NFL career rushing list. He's 83 yards will get him past four people. He'll go past Hall of Famers Jim Brown, Marshall Faulk, Edgerrin James, and Marcus Allen. That's kind of astonishing. Mark Andrews became the Ravens' career leader in yards receiving last weekend. DeAndre Hopkins, 3 more catches needed to get to 1,000. So a couple of points to keep an eye on. Lamar Jackson, quarterback Ravens, missed Wednesday practice for a second week, but he's back Thursday. Cornerback Marlon Humphrey has a dinged up finger. Rashad Bateman, ankle. Running back Justice Hill, toe. They all missed last weekend's game, although Humphrey and Hill are back at practice this week. On the Jets side, Garrett Wilson is still on injured reserve. Knee injury getting him on the sideline 2 more games. Rookie cornerback Ez'Ryel Thomas, who took over for the starter after Sauce Gardner was traded to Indy, should return after missing a game with a concussion. Edge rusher Will McDonald quad and DT Harrison Phillips foot sat out practice early in the week, but Glenn was optimistic that both will play. Mike, what are you thinking here?
Well, it's just a question of how much are the Ravens going to win by. Tyrod or Tyrod Taylor?
Tyrod.
Yeah,
Tyrod.
Tyrod is not going to make much of a difference for the Jets, but he, is better than Justin Fields. So, I mean, it's just this question of, do you think you can win by 14? And that's a huge number, even if it's the Jets. So, I'm not touching that game either.
No,
I agree. That is. Izzy, do you agree with the room here? Don't touch this game. Agreed. All right. Well, let's bounce over. Oh, go ahead, Jim.
Well, I don't know if it means anything. I just got the weather report in Baltimore. Everything on the East Coast on Sunday seems to be pretty favorable. It's 57 degrees and partly cloudy at game time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not bad for late November. By the way, gentlemen, we'll get to the Steelers Bears in a second, but next week is Thanksgiving. Do we have any idea our availability for next week? We could talk off air, but I don't know what we plan to do. I was considering doing like a day-long stream of just making something, but I don't know.
I think we're going to be out. I think because it's Thanksgiving, we got to do either the whole thing on Thursday or Tuesday, which means we have to start much earlier like this time, or we got to try to do it on Wednesday. So I'm not going to be available on Thursday. I'm going to be watching football. So.
I'm not available this Wednesday.
Well, I could do. How about we do Tuesday and we just do the whole show on Tuesday? We'll all try to keep it a little more condensed.
And let's start it earlier because I do have a Tuesday night show.
Are you saying 4:00 maybe Tuesday?
Yeah, that'd be good. This time would be good. Yeah.
Jim, Izzy, that works for you?
Is that 4:00 Eastern time?
4:00 Eastern time, correct?
Yes, this same time. Yeah, same bad time.
Yeah.
Same bad time.
All right. Well, you heard it here first. We're going to be doing Strictly Football Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern time. That's Strictly Football this coming Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern time for next week's show. And then, I might do a day-long live stream. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do because it's going to be so much football and everybody's having food and bouncing in and out and just maybe make it a place where everyone can jump in. I'll keep you guys posted, but we'll do our show scheduled Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. All right. Let's take a look. Steelers at the Bears. Bears are giving up 2.5. Steelers are kind of improving, but their quarterback's a little dinged up. Jim, walk us through what you have on this one.
Yeah, this game opened at Bears favored by 3. It's been bet down to 2.5, which means there's been some Pittsburgh money coming in on this game. Game time is supposed to be 54 degrees and sunny. Don't have a lot of information on this game. Probably the most glaring statistic, and again, he's not playing with the same team, but Aaron Rodgers, he's known for after playing the Bears, he'll kind of tout the crowd and say, I own you guys, I own you guys. He's done that more than once. He's 24-5 straight up against the Bears. But, that was mostly when he was in the NFC Central, playing for Green Bay. And, they had them at least twice a year. The Bears are 19-34 straight up. And that's pretty much all the information I have on that game. They don't, the Steelers and Bears don't play each other a lot, so there's not a lot of numbers on this.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, when he was on the Packers, screamed at the Soldier Field crowd, "I still own the Bears." He's coming back as a Steeler now, so this is going to be a very interesting, hostile environment, I would imagine. And of course, the 4-time MVP Rodgers broke his left wrist in last week's 32-14 win over Cincinnati. So his status is a little up in the air. If not, Mason Rudolph will get the start with Will Howard from the national champion Ohio State Buckeyes sitting in the wings as the backup quarterback there should something occur. I'm very interested to see Will Howard. Not sure the Steelers are hoping to get him playing time, but we'll see how it plays out. Let's see as far as injuries on this side. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything off
The Bears list is insane. They have 17 guys on the injury report. Woo. 5 of whom practiced today. They have 3 linebackers out. They have 4 offensive linemen out. They have 2 running backs out. 5 offensive linemen, 4 defensive backs, and that practiced or didn't practice. It's a mess. And then you have Aaron Rodgers' wrist injury. You don't know how that's going to affect everything. I'm not touching this game for anything. If I had to take a wild-ass guess, I'd say at home, Caleb Williams comes up with some extraordinary play with his legs and squeaks it out. But you got to favor the Steelers, except you don't know how Aaron Rodgers is going to be.
Yeah.
So,
I will point out for the Steelers, Kenneth Gainwell, who's been on my dynasty fantasy football team for years when he was with the Eagles, he's really finding himself a nice little role for the Steelers. It's a nice 1-2 punch with Warren and Gainwell now. So something to keep your eye on. Izzy, any quick thoughts on this one? Steelers Bears?
I don't like the 1-2 punch where the running back gets all the yards and then the second running back comes in at the 1-yard line and takes the touchdowns.
Vulture. Yeah.
Kenneth Gainwell was doing a bit of that this week, but besides the point, the Bears might win it. I mean, if you said Aaron Rodgers is questionable, right?
He's got broken left hand. It's just a matter of, can he protect himself if he's tackled? How do you handle the ball two-handed if you're running around? Quarterbacks will pat.
Yeah, I think he'll probably take some medicine before the game, and he'll be good to go. So, not much. It's going to be a close game.
That's a good word, medicine.
Medicine. Yes, exactly.
You'll be meted
up. Patriots, Bengals. Patriots, am I reading that they're giving 7 to the Bengals? Is that the right number? Am I reading that right?
This game opened at 7.5.
Okay.
Patriots. It was bet down to 7 Tuesday, and this is one of the point spreads that changed this morning. It is now Patriots 6.5. So there's Bengal money coming in on this game for whatever reason. The glaring headline in this game is that Jamar Chase can't seem to learn from history. We had a saliva incident with Jamar Chase spitting on a player. What is this, the 3rd or 4th time this year? So he's suspended 1 game, and it'll probably be serving his suspension in this game. Game time is 57 degrees and sunny. Good weather on the East Coast, huh? Patriots are 8-0 straight up, and they are 7-1 against the spread. Patriots are 5-0 straight up and against the spread on the road. So they are a very good road team. Drake May is 8-3 against the spread on the road. Favorites of 4 or more points are 57, 20, and 1 straight up. 6.5 is a relatively big number, especially a home dog getting 6.5. But I kind of like this play on the Patriots. They've been a solid football team, and I think they'll convincingly beat the Bengals.
Mike, do you agree with Jim?
No, the big word here is Joe Burrow looks like he's probably going to play this weekend. He could play. We'll go at practice. But they lost Jamar Chase. Do I want to throw Joe Burrow out there without Jamar Chase because of the spitting incident? Too much upheaval there on the Bengals side, but 7 is a lot of points. On the other hand, the Bengals really, really, really let me down against the Steelers and didn't look like themselves even before Jamar Chase spit on the Steelers defender there. And so I don't know. I mean, the Bengals are a mess. The Patriots have the momentum. But I still don't think the Patriots are very good. Do I want to give 7 against any NFL team? I mean, if I was giving 7 against the Titans for the Patriots, I'd take this. But the Bengals, they're still dangerous, especially if Joe Burrow comes back. So I don't know.
I mean, it's not like Joe Flacco's incapable of lighting him up too. I mean, he's older,
last
but
week he wasn't. I mean, I gotta think that Burrow would have done better than Flacco last week.
Oh, I'll agree. Yeah. Jim, you want to jump in here?
Yeah, I think Burrow is probably 50-50 to play this game. This game has there's the way the line is going. People are betting money on the Bengals getting that home dog number. 7.5 was tasty. It went down to 7, but now it's below a touchdown. It's 6.5. I don't think the Bengals are anything at all, and I would feel comfortable, especially in a straight bet, laying the 6.5 with New England. I think New England has proven that they are one of the strongest football teams in the league this year, and I think they're going to win the East because I don't think the Bills are that good. I really don't.
The Bills definitely have some weaknesses in their game, and 6 touchdowns from Josh Allen will cover up a lot of problems. But is that sustainable? No. Let's see what they're made of. This is just a well-coached Patriots team. And the Bengals, just Jamar Chase, buddy. I needed you in both of my dynasty fantasy football leagues. I drafted you as my number 1 receiver, and now I'm just out. It's like you have 2 bye weeks this year, you turd. Come on, man. You got to do better. He gets our award for the Roberto Alomar Spitz Trophy for 2025. Roberto Alomar, of course, did that. To an umpire in his face. Very sloppy. That's almost the most disgusting thing a person can do. I mean, it's like right at the top of stuff.
He's a very talented football player, but you can't fix stupid. And that is the definition of stupid.
Yeah.
Boneheaded play for sure. All right. Giants, Lions. Lions giving 10.5 on this one.
Yeah, this opened at 10.5, and it is still 10.5. Big over under on this. It's 49.5.
Ooh.
As far as the over under. Giants are 21-17 against the spread as a road dog. Not a big number. They are 7-15 against the spread as a dog. If Jameis plays, he is 3-8 against the spread. There has been talk about Jackson Dart coming back maybe this week.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah.
The Lions are 43-15 straight up. They are 18-10 against the spread. The Lions are 29-11 against the spread at home. And they are 14-0 straight up after a loss. And they are 13-0 against the spread after a loss. So those are pretty big numbers. Goff is 39-14 against the spread indoors. Favorites of 4 or more are 57-20-1 straight up, and double-digit favorites are 15-11 against the spread and 25-3 straight up. The Lions are going to win this football game. It's just a matter of how much they're going to win by. So,
there's an interesting. I didn't really have them. I was sort of surprised they lost last week. We'll get to that with our picks from last week. But a fun note on that: Detroit has now played 54 regular season games, stretching over 3+ years, without losing 2 games in a row. Obviously they're playing the Giants, so that's not a big bar to hurdle. But it is interesting to consider. Mike, thoughts on this game here?
Take the Lions based on last week's performance. Don't give the points. So if I'm gonna bet this game, I'm gonna go money line on the Lions.
Straight up.
Even though it's peanuts.
Izzy. Unmute. There we go.
The Lions, undoubtedly. I just take the Lions to win straight up. I mean, Jameis plays again. I'm surprised they were. Actually, no, I'm not surprised that they weren't in a dogfight with the Green Bay Packers. But yeah, I mean, there's no doubt the Lions are going to win. Either way, they're 14-0. So I mean, statistically speaking, they're 100% chance to win, or 90% chance, however you want to put it.
Close to certain. All right, Vikings, Packers. Packers giving 6.5 at home against the Vikes. Jim.
Yeah, this number opened at 6.5. It is still 6.5. Weather is supposed to be 50 degrees in Green Bay on Sunday and partly cloudy, so not real cold. Vikings are 4-3 against the spread as a dog. They are 4-1 against the spread when a dog of 4 points or more. The Packers are 12-6-1 straight up when favored by 4 points. And they are 3-2-1 straight up and 0-6 against the spread when favored by 6.5 or more points. So that's a glaring number right there if you want to take the Vikings as a road dog. The Packers are 2-3 straight up at home versus the Vikings. Favorites of 4 or more are 57-20-1 straight up. I like. I'm not a big JJ McCarthy fan, but division game. These two teams play each other tough pretty much all the time, and the Vikings have a 50-50 record in Green Bay the last 10 years. I would go ahead and take the Vikings, and I'll go ahead and take the 6.5.
Wow.
Gotcha. Yeah, Tucker Kraft season over. Just a reminder there, torn ACL. Jaden Reed hasn't returned after surgeries on his shoulder and foot in December. Christian Watson has kind of stepped in to fill the void after tearing his own ACL. It's his 4th game back. Aaron Jones, the longtime Packers running back, makes his 2nd appearance back in Green Bay for the Vikings here. And Minnesota has committed 18 turnovers this season for the league's 2nd highest total behind. Can you guess who has the most turnovers this season, fellas?
Yes.
With 20. That's a tough number.
I was going to say the Raiders.
No.
4 of them.
Yeah, so I was going to say, like, that definitely swung.
Oh, I wasn't here on Tuesday, but last week on Thursday when we were choosing our picks, I did say on record that Sam Darnold was going to have his worst game of the year against the Rams.
Wow.
So, I mean, if you go back and look at that, I did say Sam Darnold was going to look
I believe you, and that's what everybody was saying. And it was completely unnecessary because other than the 4 interceptions, he threw for 289 yards. They kind of ran the ball up and down on the Rams, but he just shot himself in the foot. And all 4 of them, from where I was sitting, I all 4 of them. As soon as he wound up, I was like, "Oh no.
No.
Yeah, because I was looking at some of the highlights and watching the game, and I'm like, what is he throwing? Like, the pocket's pretty good, and he's just forcing it.
Right, and even go back and look at the all 22. You'll see what I saw, which is a Jackson Smith-Njigba on the right side against that corner that they think is so good there.
Who, Emmanuel Forbes?
Yeah, JSN beat him by 5 or 6 yards 3 or 4 times, and they didn't even look for him. So it's like they took that side of the field out of the game plan. They just used him as a decoy on that side. And one of the interceptions, I thought JSN wasn't even expecting the ball to come there. I think he thought he was running a decoy.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
They gave the guy way too much respect because JSN was smoking him all day, and they could have exploited it. And Sam just self-destructed. He just, if he had, and
y'all still could have won it at the end of the game. That's the crazy part. Yeah,
1-yarder. Yeah,
won it. And if Sam had just thrown the ball in the dirt 4 times, we would have won the game.
I agree.
Mike just said something and it reminded me. Izzy, wasn't there something you used to quote that was no? Didn't you used to say something about saying no over and over? Am I misremembering this? Anything?
I probably did.
No. I don't know. I
Maybe.
remember hearing you say it.
I remember something like that. I just don't remember what it was.
Yeah, I vaguely do back in the day. All right.
Wasn't that well, just to add? Wasn't that Darnold's Achilles heel also? Didn't when he was with the
Minnesota
Vikings last year? I mean, he played so great all year, and then he went into what they played the Rams, right? Was it the NFC Championship?
Yeah, it was the Rams and the Eagles in back-to-back weeks. But in all fairness, he was under immense pressure in those games because they had two. I think they had three straight injuries on the offensive line. They were down two starters. They had one guy out there playing hurt. The protection was nowhere near what it had been earlier in the season. But having said that narrative was out there, and he did nothing to assuage that on Sunday because he's the reason they lost the game. If he, like I said, throws the ball in the dirt 3 of those 4 times or 2 of the 4 times, Seahawks win the game. So,
and I will concur. I will go ahead and back up Blake Wally's favorite team, the Minnesota Vikings. Saw him on Toxically Masculine Tuesday a day or two ago, by the way. Check out Mike's other show, of course. But yeah, the line was absolutely decimated when Darnold was in the playoffs. I think it was
in playoffs. Yeah, it was in the playoffs. It was the last game of the regular season, and then for the division championship, and then the first playoff game.
Man, that playoff game was one of the most entertaining kind of games. I mean, I don't know. He just self-destructed. I thought he was going to play a great game, but
I mean,
that D-line was on one that game. So
yeah, the thing is, this is a question of can this guy Darnold, if he can stop seeing ghosts and step away from his fear, the Seahawks could go to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they can win it, but they could go. But it's really going to be dependent on he can't have any more meltdown games.
Yeah, I was going to say, the biggest thing is like you guys are going to make the playoffs undoubtedly, but coming playoff time, does he have another game like this or another Vikings game like that during the playoffs? So
I'll remind everybody that's why we ran Gino out of town. So we got to do better in that area. You can't have 4 interceptions in the game.
Exactly.
Jim, I got to ask you, do you really like the Vikings that much? Because they seem to me like they're really sliding.
Oh man, I wish you old guys were on TikTok more. I keep telling y'all, there's this thing called I'm gonna send y'all a video after this. But
Izzy, share it on X and tag all of our accounts.
All right, but there's this thing called I keep telling y'all Visual AI, where it's like, say if I took a picture of Brian, a full body picture, and then you could put a video.
No. I only put that stuff out of my OnlyFans account, but I don't advertise that here. Anyway,
yeah, so you could put it like a video, so you could like face swap and body swap Brian onto whoever's in the video. So say that playoff video, that could be Mike up there saying it with his like picture, and it looks like it. And JJ McCarthy has been getting flamed by Visual AI this weekend because his alter ego, it's called 9 or something like that, and people are like, oh yeah, like 9 comes out and he just turns trash. So it's pretty funny.
Yeah. So, but I just don't see Jim, go with your instincts, but I just do not see the Vikings being competitive against the Packers.
Let me add one point to this. Sorry, Jim, go ahead.
A lot of points.
Yeah.
Division game. I'm looking at past history, but the Achilles heel is JJ McCarthy in this.
Yeah.
Well, let me add that Green Bay may have an Achilles heel here. Green Bay's Josh Jacobs left the 27-20 victory over the Giants last week with a knee bruise, uncertain status for Sunday's game. He had his 3rd Pro Bowl selection last season, 11 touchdowns this year, ranking 2nd in the NFL to the 15 from Jonathan Taylor. I didn't realize he was 2nd in touchdowns, and he might be out. If so, Emmanuel Wilson will likely get the bulk of the carries with some help from Chris Brooks if Jacobs can't play. So something to keep your eye on, the running back position.
The Packers have not been, they were expected to be a good football team. I wouldn't put them in that category. I mean, I think that the Bears are going to beat them in the division. I think they're going to have a better record, and the Lions have yet to play their best football yet this year.
Yeah.
So The Packers at best are probably going to be finished third in the Central.
Oh, it is. It's definitely
North.
possible. Hey, while we're talking about teams that might finish lower than we thought, let's move on to this one. Indianapolis Colts crushing it, as I mentioned, with their running back Jonathan Taylor leading the league with 15 rushing touchdowns against the 5-5 pedestrian Kansas City Chiefs. Cheats. T is in Tango. That's a team right there that they might finish. I don't know if they have any mathematical chance. Maybe they could surpass the Broncos, who would take an epic collapse, but the Chiefs are not the Chiefs of old, are they, Jim?
No, they're not. This game opened at 3.5. It's still 3.5. So there is either not a lot of money being bet on this game, or there's even money across the board on either side. Game time should be 58 degrees, and there's a 90% chance of rain at Kansas City on Sunday afternoon. The Colts are 6-1 against the spread versus the AFC. The Colts are 6-4 against the spread overall. The Chiefs are 6-3 against the spread, but they are 1-2 straight up versus the Colts. Mahomes is 30-14-1 straight up as a favorite of 3 or fewer points, or as an underdog. So if this game is bet down to 3, that stat would come into play. The Chiefs are 3-0 against the spread as a home favorite, but they are only 1-5 against the spread versus teams with winning records. Mahomes is 22-6 straight up after a loss. I think in this game, the glaring statistic here, and I've got it in red for a reason, the Chiefs are 1-5 against the spread versus teams with winning records. I think the Colts are a good football team. I think they fall into that category. I think they are going to end up winning their division. And it's like you said, Brian, I don't think there is a mathematical chance. I think the Chiefs have, right now, they've got a 9% chance of making the playoffs.
Right.
So, and that would depend on Denver stubbing their toe in the next couple of weeks. But the Chiefs pretty much they're in the same bin more was a couple of weeks ago, where every game they're playing now, is a must-win game for them to even catch the Broncos. What are they, 4 games back from the Broncos now?
Oh, they're back. Yeah. Oh yeah. 5-5 is not going to get you much this late. But I mean, look, they're in the hunt. You got the Ravens sitting there. You got the Steelers sitting there. They're roughly the same team, and this is all going to play out. This is like Jason Voorhees. You never count him out. Until the Chiefs are mathematically eliminated, you got to imagine that the Swifties and Roger Goodell are going to find a way to put them in a winning position. But the Colts are on a mission. And there's a lot of buzz about their new owner, Mike. A lot of buzz with their owner being on the sidelines, being involved.
Yeah, she's.
You got a thought on that?
I don't know. Maybe you make different decisions if you're owner, even if she's a girl, if she's listening on everything you say. I mean, imagine this. Imagine me on the sidelines for Super Bowl 49, and I got the headset on, and I hear Pete Carroll and Daryl fucking Bevel saying, "Oh, okay, first and goal, second and goal on the 2, 26 seconds left in the Super Bowl. Let's pass the ball." Yeah, I'm gonna have something to say about it.
Yeah, I know what you'd say. You'd go, no.
No, we're not. If you do that, don't even get on the airplane coming back. Anyway, so yeah, it could be interesting. This is a game. You know, when I look at this, I'm like, Chiefs don't look good.
They don't.
Is the league going to let them fall out of contention? Are they going to let them do it? I think if the refs were going to intervene to save them, they would have done it last week. They didn't do it. I think maybe they're going to let the Chiefs have a down year. And if I'm the 8-2 Colts coming off a bye, and you're giving me 3.5, I'm taking that. So I
Yeah,
think that's gonna be on my
I
ticket.
love the half point. Yeah, that's one thing I failed to mention. Also, the Colts are coming off a bye week, so they've got some rest.
Yeah, I was gonna say that the Chiefs' run defense has like always been good for the past 5 years. So if Jonathan Taylor keeps it up this game, they'll 100% win. But to add on to that, the movie I want to go see this week, The Running Man, it kind of plays into like what the Chiefs are because during the thing, like he's on the show and they're like, oh, we got to keep him alive to keep the viewers up. So it's almost the same thing with like the refs and the Chiefs. Like, do they want them to have an off year this year, or do they want to keep them in the mix and mix it up a little bit and have them still be their cash cow, however they like it. So, I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's the
don't
thing.
know.
If it wasn't the Chiefs,
No,
I would totally be going with the Colts, but it worries me about the refs. But like I said, I think if they were going to intervene, they would have done it last week.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and by the way, just a reminder, Pacheco, the running back of the Chiefs, still sidelined with a knee injury. Kareem Hunt had a touchdown run in 3 consecutive games now, but compare that to Jonathan Taylor, his stat line. They had their bye week, but they're coming off of a 244-yard, 3-touchdown performance in the overtime win against Atlanta before their bye. So, yeah, it's just he's a man on a mission, maybe a running back trying to get player of the year, the MVP. I don't know. It's always an ancillary question we toss out there, just if anybody has any strong thoughts. But some names are Myles Garrett. Some names are Jonathan Taylor, Matthew Stafford. I don't know any other MVP names you guys throw at the board. Who do you think's up in the list?
After watching him this weekend, I would take Stafford off that list because he's
The only bugaboo about this game that bothers me is the fact that the Colts are a comfortable indoor team, and it's supposed to be 90% chance of rain at game time.
yeah.
Indiana Jones is probably doing a lot of water drills this week, with wet footballs.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Let's move on from Colts Chiefs. Is our second screen here, Mr. Mike. What do we got up top? Seahawks. There's your team giving Seahawks. Talk about Seahawks. You kidding me? I just hope they play the Titans. Giving 13.5 in this one, Jim.
Yeah, this is the other big 13.5 game. This game opened at 13.5. It is still 13.5. 57 degrees and sunny at game time. Seahawks are 10-1 straight up and 9-2 against the spread on the road. Favorites of 4 points or more are 57, 20, and 1 straight up. Double-digit favorites are 15-11 against the spread, but they are 25-3 straight up. The Titans are a miserable 6-21 against the spread, and they are only 2-11 against the spread at home. The Seahawks are still reeling after that loss to the Rams, and Mike had quite a few arguments as far as Seattle should have won that game, and he's convinced me, yeah, they should have won that game. They're gonna come out and they're gonna destroy Tennessee. Do I like the 13.5? No, I never liked 13.5, and I'll probably just be watching this game, and I won't be betting it unless I squeeze them on the money line on a parlay. But I'd be violating one of my rules if I did that.
Yeah.
Not a rule breaker. You're a rule.
Yeah, if it was 11 or 12, but 13.5, that's an awful lot of points. And
the Titans are an awful team, though.
They are awful, but their defense isn't as horrible as you might think after watching it last week. They have a pretty decent run defense. Seahawks have a little bit of a hangover. It's a 10 a.m. game for the Seahawks. Mike McDonald has done very well in 10 a.m. games, but that is an additional hurdle. I see this more like a 26-20, 27-20 game. I don't like the 13.5. Therefore, I'm probably not betting it. So,
Izzy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take Seattle. I just don't see it with Tennessee. Like, Cam Ward has it, but it's just Cam Ward and friends. Like there's no legitimate name on the team on offense that can help him out. So no matter the score, I'm taking the Seahawks.
That sounds like the first third of LeBron James' career once they let Carlos Boozer get out the door. But anyway, back to football. All right. Jaguars, Cardinals. Jags are giving 2.5. I wish the Jags would lose as much as possible because the Browns own their first round pick. Jim, you got one note on this game, the corner TV game, but Jags are good this season, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, the fact the Cardinals are playing makes it a corner TV game.
Automatically.
I just have the one stat. Teams that play Santa Clara the week before are 19-36 straight up the week after. So if you got to play the game, go ahead and take the Jags and lay the 2.5.
Yep.
That's all I can say about this.
Take the Jags, give the points.
Yep.
In this game, Jacoby Brissett, he's got 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and 5 starts for 1,570 yards since replacing Pro Bowl selection Kyler Murray, who's on IR with a nagging foot injury. Mike, you just said take it, and what about the points you said?
Take the Jags, give the points.
Give the points.
Yep.
Izzy, do you concur? Maybe. Unmute. Are you there? Izzy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, Trevor
Didn't
Lawrence.
Jacoby have the most passing attempts in a game or completions?
Yeah. 57 attempts or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I mean, if Jacksonville doesn't win, then I don't believe Trevor Lawrence should have a job in the NFL. So,
Trevor Lawrence isn't good, but he's better than Jacoby.
He's literally definition of mediocre. So,
Marvin Harrison Jr. still out of the lineup for a second straight week after having surgery for appendicitis. Something to note. All right, let's go on to the next game. That's, of course, my Browns at the Las Vegas Raiders, the Raiders are giving 3.5 points?
The Raiders are giving 3.5 points. This game opened at 3, and it was bet up to 3.5. So there is Oakland Raider money coming in on this game.
I wanted to highlight that fourth point. You'll get to it at number 4 about quarterbacks on the Browns making their first
This
career
is
start.
this is Shadur Sanders' debut. So there's a lot of variables coming into this game. The Browns are 20-34 against the spread after a loss. They are 0-5 straight up on the road. The Browns are 0-10 in their last 10 road games.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Bleh.
This is a stat that I picked up last night. Browns quarterbacks making their first career start are 0-17 straight up. They are 4-13 against the spread. This stat, I believe, was started in when did the Browns reconstruct, Brian? 1999. 1999. That's when they started taking this stat, was 1999. And as you know, they've gone through a lot of quarterbacks since then, Brian. So yeah, that's a glaring number. I mean, that's just ugly. 0-17 straight up.
The Browns defense is one of the top in the league, though, and the Raiders offense is 30th in yards, 31st in points. So, I mean, this is a great opportunity for Miles to feast. But yeah, on the flip side, Max Crosby going after Shadur in his first ever start. So we'll see how it shakes out.
Geno is 6-14-1 against the spread at home, which sucks. This is a stat that Mike has been wanting the past couple of weeks. Teams that play Monday Night Football, and I went back all the way to week 1. This just pertains to this season so far. Teams that play Monday Night Football the week before are 10-14 straight up, but they are 7-16-1 against the spread the week after. And the Raiders played Monday Night Football last week, and they got their pants beat off by the Cowboys.
Hang on,
So
you chuckled at me for saying Woody for Woody Marks. You just said, you heard what you just said. Sorry, Izzy, go ahead.
have y'all got on the topic of Shadur Sanders starting yet?
Just that Browns quarterbacks are first career starter 0-17 straight up in their careers
since '99. Yeah, first.
Yep.
Ever.
Well, Brian, how do you think Shadur is going to perform this game?
He's going to have 1,000,000% likelihood of performing better than last week because he's never in the history of being on that team taken first team reps. And I just find that insane. If you
not
have
even in practice
quarterbacks on your team and you always go to 3, 4, or 5 quarterbacks in your season, why aren't you just randomly throwing your backups in just to get them used to it, just to get some muscle memory of it occasionally from time to time? And I know certain quarterbacks have written op-eds saying, guys, nobody gets any reps except the starter. Nobody ever gives the backups reps. Very rarely do you get them reps. And I said, that's bullshit. If I were, I would hands down be giving these people reps, Izzy. What do you think about it? But I think Shadur is going to have a great chance at performing better because he's actually going to have a week to prepare for one opponent and getting used to the linemen are saying, I've never heard Shadur's cadence called ever. I've never heard him make the cadence. I've never heard him at the snap. It's like, that's fucking crazy that you never once gave one of your 3 or 4 quarterbacks a chance to let the team hear what he said. Like, it just blows my mind. So I think he's going to do better, Izzy.
Yeah, I saw Quinshon Judkins in the backfield during practice, giving him some tips in the backfield. So, I mean, that says a lot from one rookie to another. So, maybe the team's demeanor plays higher up. I don't know how Myles Garrett's feeling. I mean, he's been balling out the past 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they should be expecting a big game as a team, especially against this Raiders defense. And either way, I don't think their offense could do a lot against the Browns defense. So, it's a Cleveland Browns game to win, and if they lose it, then it's the Cleveland Browns, so I wouldn't be surprised.
And we're the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
I love this time of year for the Browns because if we win, it's great because we get a win, but it's bad because we lose our draft pick. So you can win it both ways and you can lose it both ways. It's almost like I don't even know what to root for, a win or a loss, draft pick or pride, So
yeah, I'm in the same boat with the Cowboys because our record was 3-4-1 last week or something like that.
That's a weird one.
And the Packers, they're like at the top, second place in the division. So I'm just hoping they lose some games.
If you have a mathematical chance, I say run for it. I know the Browns are in trouble.
But either way, I was watching Shadur. I think I texted you. I said some of those throws he was making and escaping the pocket. I never seen Dylan Gabriel do stuff like that. So I think it's just a matter of time of him getting comfortable. I'm not saying he's going to be good or anything, but if he's comfortable, I'd like to see what he's able to do with the first team offense. So
yeah, and the Browns, look, the draft last year has been fantastic. Carson Schwessinger, middle linebacker, he's easily defensive player of the year. It seems to be at least up until this point in the season. Quinshon looks legit. A lot of our players, Mason Graham, our rookies look like solid starters in the NFL. Why couldn't Shadur? I don't know. I guess he was picked 2 rounds after Dylan, and Dylan didn't really look like all that great of a starting quarterback. But anyway, we'll see. I think it's a Brown. I'll take Browns plus 3.5 easy in this one. Jim, Eagles giving 3.5 to Izzy's Cowboys.
Yeah, the Eagles are favored by 3.5 in this game. It opened at 3.5, and it is still 3.5. Big division game here. The Eagles are 21-10 against the spread. Probably the glaring stat in this game, I picked this up the other day. Jalen Hurts is 5-9 straight up when Lane Johnson is out. And Lane Johnson is their number 1 offensive lineman, and he is projected to be out for the next 4 weeks.
Wow.
The Eagles are 6-2 against the spread as a road favorite.
But by the way, that injury is going to be tough because like Saquon Barkley's not even having a good year on the ground either. So,
No.
That line is definitely not what it was last year. It doesn't seem.
with the Eagles, teams that played the Lions the week before are 8-15 straight up, and they are only 6-17 against the spread the week after. Dak Prescott is 19-3 straight up versus the NFC East. He is 31-13 against the spread versus the NFC East. The Cowboys are a lot of people find this hard to believe, but they're 4-1 straight up at home versus the Eagles.
Oh,
They're very good against the Eagles at home. Cowboys are 4-5 straight up overall versus the Eagles. Cowboys are 29-1 straight up at home. They are 3-1 against the spread as a dog this year. And the Cowboys are 5-18-1 straight up as a dog. And they played Monday Night Football last week. Therefore, they are 10-14 straight up and 7-16 against the spread the week after playing Monday night. So that's one less day of practice.
no. So, Jim, what's your thought on it?
I would go ahead and take the Cowboys, and I'd take the hook in this.
Yeah.
Cowboys with the hook.
I'd take the 3.5. The Cowboys have a good record against the Eagles playing at home. The only stat I don't like is the fact that they played Monday Night Football the week before. But
Yeah.
I think Jalen Hurts is going to be handicapped without Lane Johnson. You know, a lot of people argue, you know, the wide receiver, you know, is the second most important player on the football field. No, offensive lineman is valued a lot higher than a wide receiver. I think we talked about that briefly last week. You know,
Yep.
The two positions the Cleveland Browns
offensive
are
lineman out of the game will move a point spread, and not necessarily a wide receiver will move a point spread.
Yeah, not in the same kind of way. Quick note, Jalen Hurts, he has 22 total touchdowns, 16 passing, 6 rushing. That ties him for third in the NFL this year, and a league low of only 3 giveaways. Dallas Goedert already has a career-high 7 touchdown catches, tied for most among tight ends this season. Also, fun sidebar to watch. Remember defensive tackle Jalen Carter? Remember when he spit before the first snap on Dak Prescott? He pulled a Jamar Chase, Mike, and that's another chance at this matchup.
Yeah, and you know this game, there's the Lane Johnson stat looms large. The short week Monday Night Football thing looms large, and they cancel each other out. So what do you got? I think it's a very even game. I keep waiting for the Eagles to have an off week. They really haven't had one. Every time I bet against them, I've lost this season. But I kind of want to like the Cowboys in this game, especially with the 3.5. I think that the Cowboys probably with the spread, they probably beat the spread but lose the game. Is kind of what I think is going to happen. But we'll see. And then the Cowboys defense surged so well last week. I don't know. This game's up in the air for me, but I think I might consider betting the Cowboys.
Yeah.
3.5. I'd love it if it went to 4. I'd love it if it went to 4. But.
Yeah, as far as the betting aspect goes, that half point is huge
in
this game. If you like the Cowboys, getting that half point.
Izzy, what say you? You're the homer here. Go.
I mean, we played them week 1. I had them. I said whoever wins that game is going to win the division, and the Eagles are most likely going to do that. But I mean, our defense is better than in week 1. We have 4 new additions to the defense. To the linebacker makes the defensive tackle's job easy, but vice versa. New corner that helps Deron Bland go back to the slot. So, I mean, really, the reason we lost that game was because CeeDee Lamb couldn't catch the ball for anything. And, I mean, we saw against the Raiders, it was like 4th and 3 in the 4th quarter, and now we're out wide open. Hands right here, the ball just fumbles. I mean, it doesn't change the outcome of the game, but, I mean, you're wide open and you're dropping that ball. So, I mean, George Pickens, he's become a better player. So no Lane Johnson, so that kind of mixes it up. I mean, Quinn Williams, also Digizua, and Kenny Clark on the D line, and then Donovan Ez'Ryel. I think he's tied with number one for pressures as a rookie this year, next to Abdul Carter. So our defense is going to play better than week one. It's just a matter of if we don't let the Eagles dictate the game, trying to run the ball, and also us putting up more points on the board. I think we scored 27 week one against the Eagles, something like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's just putting the points up consistently because, I mean, at the end of the day, when you got two running backs in the backfield for the Eagles, I mean, they could just run the ball down your throat and not pass the ball at all. So hopefully this game is different than week one. So, I mean, week one was winnable. Now this game is
necessary.
Yeah, I would say it's more the Eagles haven't seen this Cowboys team yet, but the Cowboys have seen the Eagles team. Because, I mean, Saquon hasn't done a lot. Lane Johnson's out. It's a home game. In my opinion, they might go to the air, target the DBs. I mean, in my opinion, that should be the plan rather than run the ball because our run defense has been way better this year. So I feel like they target AJ Brown and Devonta Smith a lot more this game. So yeah, I mean, either way, it's 50-50, but I'm gonna take the Cowboys because we're not Cowboy fans. So.
Nope. All right. Well, hey, let's talk about the ultimate corner television game. Falcons Saints. Saints are given 1.5. Although Tyler Shuck's a quarterback in the NFL. I don't know. He's young. We'll see. But I like seeing the new kids get a chance to play, especially when they've had half a season to settle in. Jim, what do we know about this one? Falcons in a nosedive, it seems.
Yeah, this is the corner TV game of the week. Falcons are not a good football team. Michael Penix will not be playing, so we'll probably be looking at the Kirk Cousins show. Falcons Saints opened at 1.5. It is still 1.5. I think this is only the second time this season the Saints have been favored. Falcons are 8-22 straight up on the road. They are 8-15 against the spread as a dog. Kirk Cousins is 4-15 straight up indoors. The Saints are 4-1 straight up at home versus the Falcons, and they are 7-3 straight up overall versus the Falcons. So this game, if you got some extra money burning a hole in your pocket, I'd go ahead and lay the 1.5, and I'd take the Saints in this game. I think the Saints are not a good football team, but the Falcons, I think in a lot of ways the Falcons are worse than the Saints.
Yeah, disarray is the word that comes to mind with the Falcons right now. They've never been able to put it together consistently this year, and now they've lost their quarterback with the rocket arm, and Kirk Cousins at his age, I don't think he's going to make up for it. So, yeah, but you got to like the Saints, even giving up 1.5. Got to like it. So,
fun fact in this game, the Saints and Falcons have played each other 111 regular season matchups.
Wow.
Saints have a 56-55 edge. That is about as close as it could possibly get there, including 8 overtime games. Let's see. Drake London is out with the knee as well. So
yeah,
they are the walking wounded at this point. 3-7 versus the 2-8 Saints. Izzy.
Yeah, I mean, like I wouldn't touch the game. The week before, I was saying how the Panthers dropped 30 points on the Falcons, and I was skeptical of taking them, and they did the same thing and beat them this week. So, I mean, no Michael Penix. He tears his third ACL of his lifetime, unfortunately.
Yeah, since college. Yeah,
it's like the Nick Chubb curse. It's so many.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Drake London's out for the week. So I mean, like if they're losing to the Panthers a week before, I mean they could still somewhat try to salvage this game, go to other targets like Darnell Mooney, Kyle Pitts, but I just don't understand how they're so bad with the guys and the names they have on their team. It seems to be like a coaching problem.
Yeah. All right, let's move over to Buccaneers Rams. Buccaneers dropped a tough one to the Bills last week. Rams are giving 6.5 in this one, Jim.
Yeah, this game opened at 6.5. It is still 6.5 as of this morning. Buccaneers are 17-6 against the spread on the road. That's a pretty good number. The Rams are 15-6 against the spread. They are 7-2 against the spread as a favorite. And favorites of 4 or more points are 57-20-1 straight up. Buccaneers have had a lot of road games the last couple of weeks. I think they were they were at Buffalo last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost that game 44-32. They put a lot of points up, but the Bills put more points up with Josh Allen scoring 6 touchdowns.
Yep. I think 3 in the air, 3 on the ground, I think.
This has got a big over-under number also. It's over-under on this is 49.5.
Also, remember, this is kind of like the rematch of the teams when Baker was traded to the Rams. He escaped. They let him out of Carolina, and he showed up on 30 hours of notice, led a 99. What was it, 90? I forget how many yards. 90 yards?
Yeah, he was there long enough to get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, 99-yard drive under 2 minutes to play with no timeouts to win the game. Like, it's fun when these storylines reconverge, Mike. You're familiar with the Rams, having saw them last week. What do you expect?
Well, again, the Rams have played 3 really good opponents, I guess, unless you consider the 49ers. They split with the 49ers. But they played the Seahawks at home, the Colts at home, in a game where the referees handed them the victory by taking away a touchdown from Jonathan Taylor that probably would have won the game. And they got very lucky. And now they're playing the Buccaneers at home. And so they're 8-2. You got to respect that. But they're 8-2 with pretty much everything falling their way. And I want to pick the Buccaneers. You're giving me Baker and the Bucs at 6.5. I'm taking that. I don't care if it's at home. I think, I think the Rams are good, but I do like the Bucs. Plus the 6.5 in that game. So
yeah, I would just add, it's just, Mike Evans out for the year with the clavicle. We know Jalen McMillan, their other receiver, neck, he's still out. Chris Godwin, fibula, he's closer to returning. Same with Bucky Irving, the running back, but it's still uncertain if that'll happen this week. So, I mean, yeah, Baker with his team, that's one thing, but Baker missing 3 of his 4 wide receivers. Well, it changes it. Tez Johnson is okay with 4 touchdowns on the year.
Evans was out last week and he still put up 32 points. So it's like they did something,
That's true. Very true.
I kind of like the Buccaneers and the points.
Yeah, hey, I'm not trying to talk you out of it. I'm just throwing a couple interesting stats here. Also, Rams quarterback Matthew Stafford leads the NFL with 27 touchdown passes. So he had a pedestrian week last week, not so great, but he's leading the league. Nobody else is. So that's
he had a 1-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, Mike. If you like the Bucs in this game, a good way to play this is you can make this your hedge game. If you're building a parlay, then you can once you win your first 2 or 3 games on your parlay, you can jump in the car and run down, and lay the equal amount on the Rams, and get you that. The worst case scenario is you get your money back.
Yeah.
John says, I'm going to go out on a limb here with his picks. I think the winners will win, so I'll pick the winners of all the games. Just a guess. Izzy, who do you pick here?
I'm taking the Rams.
Taking the Rams.
Yeah.
Given the points.
It's a small corner matchup. I mean, there's no big receivers, not much for Tampa Bay. I mean, Ekmeka's 6 foot 6'1", and then Tez Johnson's 5'7", 5'8". So the corners could be but
for offensive player of the year, he's right up.
The corners are going to be a lot more physical, and I just don't see who's on defense guarding Devontae and Puka. So. And Kyron, Kyron had a pretty good game as well. So, I'm going to take the Rams this week.
Gotcha. Yeah, so I guess when we buzz through this, Jim gives us the tips. We roll through Mike and Izzy and myself. But I guess we're doing it now with the points. But then when we go to the pick 'em, it's just straight up. So it's kind of slightly separate conversations, but we're getting the gist of it.
Yeah.
All right. Panthers, 49ers, Niners giving 7 points to the surprising Carolina Panthers. What are they, 6-5 this year, right? They're 5-6. They're right on the back. That they're fighting the Buccaneers, trying to get into that playoff spot. So, Jim, what do we know about this one? Playoffs.
This game opened 49ers 6.5. It's been bet up to 7.
Okay.
64 degrees and partly cloudy, 52 miles south of San Francisco, where this game will be played. Panthers are 5-17-1 straight up on the road. This number is skewed a bit because the Panthers have been this year. The Panthers have played relatively well on the road this year, so that stat may be a little bit misleading, to say the least. The Panthers are 8-11 against the spread on the road. Purdy is 14-7 against the spread at home, which is a good number. Favorites of 4 or more are 57-20 and 1 tie straight up. And this is the Monday night game, the last game.
Yeah. So who do you like? What are you thinking?
I don't. I wouldn't be betting this game. I don't like the game. It's a long road trip for Carolina. 7 points is a lot of points. You know, it's an NFC game. I've got no interest at all in betting this game. This is one of these games where you don't need the game. There's too many other games that you can roll a parlay up. So I'm not interested in betting this game. If I had to, I would probably go ahead and lay the 7.
Gotcha. Since the Panthers traded Adam Thielen, wide receiver in the preseason, they've received awesome work from Tedoroya McMillan. He's got 54 receptions, 748 yards, and the most receiving yards and receptions by a rookie this season. This game is also the first time Christian McCaffrey will face his original team since Carolina traded him during the 2022 season. It's tough to even think back to those days, but he was the 8th overall pick by the Panthers in 2017. Bryce Young had an amazing game last week, and the Panthers at 6-5 have a winning record for the first time this late in the season, for the first time since 2018. Mike, what thoughts you have here on this game?
I
Line being the Niners giving 7 with Brock Purdy back.
I should not be betting the Panthers. This is my hedge game. Would be the Panthers in 6 or 7 points if I'm getting 6.5 or 7. This would be my hedge game because Bryce Young played great. Now, granted, they played a really bad team last week, and he threw for 440 yards. Who was it? The Saints. But the Panthers have played well at times, had really good games. They've never played well 2 weeks in a row, but they're facing one of the worst, weakest pass defenses in the league. You're going to give me 6.5 or 7. I might just take the Panthers on a hedge, but I'd have to need it to do that. So I don't know. Other than that, I think the 49ers win the game, but I do think that's a big enough spread up. I'm going to think about it.
Yeah, and I mean that's a 6-5 team. That Bryce Young had a fantastic game last week. Izzy, what do you think here?
Yeah, I mean, Bryce Young did have a really good week last week. I don't know, something in me is saying to take the Panthers, and the only problem is it seems that Christian McCaffrey plays 10 times better when Brock Purdy's the quarterback. So, I mean, that might play a factor, but I don't know. I feel like the Panthers could do it. Not a crazy D-line going in against the Panthers. They have a pretty solid O-line. So, Tedoroya McMillan, Ez'Ryel, yeah, I mean, yeah. It's going to be closer than some people expect. It says a line. San Francisco is -7, so I mean that's a lot. So
yeah,
Especially it is a lot.
6-5 team. All right, was that all of that was all the teams, all the games since
that's it
Monday night? Okay.
Yep.
Mike, do you want to pull up your pick'em By the way, make sure you're following Mike. He's on X, Twitter X, as he likes to call it. That is Mike Bara 333 and Seahawk Boy Mike B. B as in boy. He's on X. Izzy's at Ryel Ez, Ryelez. That is on Twitter X. And also make sure you're following all of the places that we have our stuff. We have several. One is American_media_ for the New American Media. Find the Unhappy Hour Sports Show at the Unhappy Hour _ on X. And TNAM Football. That is where you find the Strictly Football Show at TNAM Football. Mike Bara's got his picks. Slam us through these. Oh, by the way, tell us what you did last week.
Last week I was 8-7. It's my worst week yet, but I am 106-58. So I think I'm still.
Oh, Jimmy's catching
you have
up.
a 3-game lead. I'm 103-61.
All right.
3-game lead for Mike with a couple games left in the season.
It's getting tight. Buffalo and Houston, the game tonight. If it was CJ Stroud, I'd take Houston, but Buffalo's the better team. I'm just going to take them. Indianapolis and Kansas City. This is a straight up pick. You don't know what the refs are going to do, but I think the Colts are the better team. They should win that one in spite of the weather. Minnesota and Green Bay. I just don't believe in the Vikings, so I'm taking the Packers. New England at Cincinnati. Everything says New England wins that game, even though I'm picking that's three road teams I picked already. Giants at Detroit. Detroit does a bounce back. They beat the Giants straight up. New York at Baltimore. Are you kidding me? Who's trying to win a game? Pittsburgh at Chicago. This is a tough call because I just don't know the condition of Aaron Rodgers, and I like Caleb Williams, but the Bears' injury list is so long. I'm going to take the Steelers on the road. Seahawks on the road. They're going to massacre the Titans. Browns and the Raiders. What do I do here? The crummy game of the week, 2 bad teams. But look, there's one unit out of the special teams.
I go with the Browns, Mike.
And the defense. The only unit that's really good is the Browns defense. I think they'll probably scrape it out like 13-10 or something like that. Jacksonville at Arizona. You got to like the Jags. Atlanta at New Orleans, taking New Orleans a home team. Tyler Shuck has played well his first couple of starts. Philly at Dallas. I'm taking the home team to sneak a win out against the Eagles. I just think it's time for the Eagles to go to lose a game. Tampa and LA. LA's a little bit fat, dumb, and happy. They get a lot of breaks at home. They got a lot of breaks in the schedule. I think Tampa needs this win really bad, and I think I'm going to favor them to just come in and sneak it. And if this was a point spread, I'd take the Panthers, but at home, I'm going to take the 49ers to win. And those are my picks for this week.
All right. Thank you for that. Do we want to go caveman style to Mr. Jim?
Going caveman.
We're gonna get this figured out. We can click the button and share your screen. I have hope that we're gonna eventually figure this out. But caveman, actually, it's pretty decent.
We are caveman.
Start us off with last week. How did you do last week in week 11? Good.
Well, sir. I was a respectable 12-3 last week.
Respectable. That's the best.
Pretty damn good. Yeah.
Overall, I am 104-60, so I'm 2 games out, right? You're 106-58, Mike.
Yeah.
And I'm 103-61, so you're up by 1 game on me.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know what you do. Good.
Yeah, I think that straight up Browns pick was a good pick, Mike. We'll go tonight. We'll go Houston. Am I on the right week here?
Week 12, yes.
Week 12. That's wrong.
Buffalo at Houston.
Buffalo. No. Yeah. I like Houston in this game. We're going to go Houston. Houston's got top 5 defense, by the way. I didn't bring that up. Indianapolis, Kansas City. We'll go ahead and go with the Colts. I agree with Mike. I don't think Kansas City is the team that they were the past couple years, and I think the Colts are a much better football team. I'm going to go straight up. I'll go ahead and take the Packers against the Vikings. I think that the Patriots will handily beat the Bengals, the Lions, coming off a loss, they will destroy the Giants. I will go ahead and go with Baltimore over the Jets. Baltimore is, they're running off a bunch of wins now that they have Lamar back. We'll go ahead and go with the Bears over the Steelers. I don't think Aaron's going to own the Bears anymore, even if he plays. Of course, no brainer there. Our Seahawks will destroy the Titans. I'm going to go with the Raiders. I got 2 strokes of the key. Shador Sanders is going to be 0-18 straight up as his debut as a quarterback for the Browns. So the Raiders are going to win this game. I'll take the Jaguars over the Cardinals. And I will take the Saints, as we discussed at length. Saints, indoor team. They've still got a lot of fans there in New Orleans, and that's New Orleans is a tough place to play. It's very loud. I will take Dallas to beat the Eagles straight up. I will take the Rams to beat the Buccaneers at home, and I will take Santa Clara. I don't like the 7, but I'll take Santa Clara to win straight up over the Panthers.
All right.
Balls. You like the Cowboys. Got balls.
Mm-hmm. He's going for it. Let's see if Izzy goes for it. You going caveman style? You going to show us what you got? Let's reverse the screen here. Get you up there. How did you do last week, Mr. Ez'Ryel Ez? And you are mirrored on your screen. Again, it seems. It looks like last week you went 8-7. 8-7, bringing your record to 87-77 on the year.
Yeah, unfortunately, I missed a couple games, so there's a lot of L's on there. But Buffalo, Houston. I don't like Buffalo, so I'm gonna take Houston. I'm gonna take Buffalo because there's no Petrie and no quarterback. Indianapolis Colts. I'm gonna keep taking the Colts. New England, Cincinnati. I'm gonna take Cincinnati. I think New England's gonna lose their first game in 6 weeks now, 7, something like that. So Minnesota, Green Bay. I don't like JJ McCarthy at all, and I don't like the Packers. So honestly, I'm gonna take the Vikings. I'll see if they'll win a game. Lions, Giants. I'm gonna take the Lions. Jets, Ravens. I'm gonna take the Ravens. Titans, Seahawks. You know it. Bears, Steelers. The Bears have been playing really good, but they've been playing against number 9 in the Vikings up north. So I'm gonna take the Steelers right here. Cleveland Raiders. I believe the Browns are gonna win. Jags, Cardinals. I'm gonna take the Jaguars. Philly, Dallas. I'm gonna take my Cowboys. Atlanta, New Orleans. As much as Atlanta, both these teams suck. I'm gonna take Atlanta still. I told y'all Los Angeles against Baker Mayfield, and Carolina, San Francisco. I'm gonna take the underdog, and I'm gonna take Carolina.
All right, those are Izzy's picks. Let's see how those do. Like I said last week, I was 11-4. That was decent, although Jim was 12-3, which is a little bit better. Let's see if I can make up some ground. I'm a couple games back. I'm going to take Buffalo, the Bills over the Texans, I believe. This one is going to be weird. This might be the first time all season, if you go back and check. It might be the first game I'm going to bet Kansas City, but I'm going to bet Kansas City. They need it more, and the NFL needs them to get it more. I just have a hunch. Wouldn't be surprised if the Colts win this, but I feel like just KC needs it, and they have great coaching, pedigree, veteran leadership. I'm going to pick the Chiefs here. Minnesota, Green Bay. I'm picking the Packers to win this. I think they're the better team, as is the Patriots over the Bengals, as is the Lions over Giants. Same with Ravens over Jets. I think Chicago's going to get this one. Being at home will help. The injury to Rodgers helps. I'm going the upstart Bears on this one. Seahawks over Titans, yes. Cleveland is going to break this curse, and Shador having a full week. He doesn't need to do that much with how good the defense is. He's just got to get a couple things under control. Some of that's got to be the play calling. And we'll see how that goes now that Stefanski's not technically the play caller, and it's happened for a couple of weeks. Also here, I don't think anyone picked the Cardinals, but I'm going to pick the Cardinals over the Jacksonville Jaguars. I have a feeling the Cardinals are going to pull this one off. Saints going to get the win here. And a lot of Cowboys love, I don't know why. To be the champs, you got to beat the champs. And I don't think the 4-5-1 Cowboys have it in them to beat the Eagles. So I'm going Eagles. Tampa Bay, this is going to be a tough game to get this win. But I'm gonna say that the Bucs are going to be able to pull it off. Carolina, San Francisco, yikes. This is way closer than I think, but I will go ahead with the 49ers in this one. And thus is my picks for the upcoming week. So we're going to be back on Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern for Strictly Football next week. Round the horn really quick. Final thoughts, anything to advertise this weekend, Mike, or any upcoming shows for you?
Nope. Things are good.
Things are good. Jim, final words, final thoughts.
Every husband wants to know his wife is found attractive by other men.
Oh.
Think about that.
Deep. That's deep.
Every husband wants to know that his wife is found attractive by other men.
Correct.
Yeah, I feel like whiskey and wisdom, Mike. You need to get some Jimisms on there. Just grab a quote and start do a 5-minute round.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Izzy, thoughts? Leave us with something interesting.
Go Cowboys.
Yeah, super interesting and unexpected. I have nothing to add myself other than go ahead, Mike.
I have something to add to what Jim just said, which is that remember, folks, women fall in love with what they hear and men fall in love with what they see. That's why men lie and women wear makeup. Follow me for more relationship advice.
Whiskey and wisdom, perhaps. And to quote a famous 1990s, a famous 1900s song, never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. Belle Biv DeVoe, and now you know. Yo, slick blow. All right, we're out of here for now. We'll see you Tuesday at 4 p.m. Thank you all for joining us. I will see you later. Check out the TNAM Daily Show on the New American Media tomorrow at noon. I appreciate you. I love you, and we'll talk to you again soon. Take care, everybody. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi, this is Eric Metcalf, and you're watching Unhappy Hour.
New American Media is proud to present a division of the Unhappy Hour sports show, Strictly Football.
It's